All right, I'm coming back at you with video number 2 today. This is going to be the last one. I just wanted to get these knocked out before I go to work tonight. So welcome to Best Self with Steph. You might be watching on Instagram. You might be watching on YouTube. You might be watching in my group, Best Self with Steph. I wanted to come on and share how to get those really good photos for Instagram and sharing on your page and kind of showing off your fashion with others. My first tip is use outdoor lighting if you don't have a lighting setup. So I have these umbrella lights, and as you can tell with them behind me, you can't really see me. That's a really bad background. Or even the window. Don't do photos with light in the background. Now, if I come over here to the wall, okay, it's a little bit better because nothing's really bright and it's not messing with the camera. So that's tip number 1. Lighting is important. Continuing on with why lighting is important, if at all possible, we're gonna go for a little walk here. If at all possible, you want to do your lighting or your photos outside, and I'll show you why. Look at that, I'm outside and it already looks better. Now, if I step in the sun, and I have those shadows, you don't want that. It's also gonna affect your camera. Echo, please close the door, sweet boy. So if you have a clean background with sunlight, natural light, you're going to look naturally better and the color is going to be true to color. Let's talk about busy backgrounds. So a busy background would be this one. You see my security camera, you see my door, you see lots of lines. It's just not a great background. It's gonna be busy. It's not gonna focus on you or the clothes. If I turn around, see how that's a lot, but it's one shade. So it's not too busy a background. Now we do have the harsh light, so this isn't the best spot, obviously, but for background purposes, we can talk about that. Then, yes, I know. So then, let's come around here. You always see people doing photos in front of their garage. I don't recommend it because it just doesn't look very professional. And then let's talk about the neighborhood. Now, usually if you have people or cars or houses in your background, it's gonna look really, really busy. You're not gonna want to see that on Instagram. It's just gonna be a lot, especially with the trash can. So what I recommend is finding, just like over here, a wall, or something that's pretty natural, something like that. Our doorbell, yes sir. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I have my little one following me around. Here's also the tip about walls. If you do a photo or a video in front of a wall, it's okay to have a busy wall as long as it's not, I'm trying to get back into my space here, as long as it's not a 3D type of thing. So a busy wall, like artwork, like you see people standing in front of those big wings on the side of buildings and you stand in the middle and you look like an angel, that's okay because that piece of artwork is a flat 2D artwork. Even though it has a bunch of colors and a bunch of detail, that is a 2D. If you are standing in front of a bunch of things that are creating a lot of layers and different distances in your background, it's going to be too busy. And then some other tips are know which side of your face you like more. That's just kind of an acting modeling tip. So you'll usually see me, here, cute, yeah. I'm not as keen on this side of my face as I am on this side. Sometimes I'll do this, but usually I like that side of my face more for photos. As far as makeup, this is like me talking about stage makeup. You're going to want it a little bit heavier if it's bright, because the brighter it is, the more muted your makeup is gonna look. Now, you don't have to do photos with makeup. This is just a typical tip, and this lighting is really messing with my camera, so it keeps messing it up. I was trying a new background today, apparently. Now I know. And that's the other part. Be willing to learn. Be willing to see how it looks and learn from that and think, what can I do differently that'll make it look more natural or better next time? Also, you don't want to do, let's talk about height, because that's important. You don't want to do photos like this, because that's kind of weird. This is cute for faces, but it doesn't really show the clothing. So what I like to do is I like to have my cameras at least as tall as my eyeballs. Okay, and in thirds. What are thirds? Thirds are here. So you break the screen up into 3 parts, okay? technically your eyes should be at the first third. That's kind of how it's supposed to be. Like if you do a portrait like this, like see how my eyes are at the third, okay? And then my chin is at the other 2/3. So keep that in mind, that you want it balanced. You don't want to be way down here and be like, hi, or way up here and be like, what's up? Keep those ideas in mind. And then also I would love to feature your professional marketing photos on my page. I have an album for it, and on Instagram, if you are okay with that, obviously with your permission, and that would be super fun. So make sure you share your videos and photos of you in the clothes, showing off what you're wearing and how amazing you look, and using those tips so that way you can get those more professional Instagram photos, not only for me, but also for you, because I know that it's taken me a long time to kind of put a lot of these tips into play, and I'm still working with it and still growing and still learning. So thank you so much for checking out my video, and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube, make sure you follow me on Instagram, and join my page if you're not watching it through Best Self with Steph. Have a good day, guys.